Hello, hello. Y'all come on in. Welcome to our channel, Levels to Living. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. If you're new, y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that notification button, so y'all will always be updated on Levels to Living. Today, this is going to be geared more toward the men. And we got some news that y'all can use. And ladies, y'all be sure and follow along too, because this video will show y'all exactly the examples of the men that God has for y'all. Okay, men, we just want to come to y'all today and just let y'all know that it is time for y'all to take y'all rightful place in this world. It is time for y'all to step up and be the men that God has intended for you to be. Now, for those of you who are already out there working hard, you're probably trying to get through high school, or either you're already on a full-time job, you are handling your business. Kudos to y'all. But I know the first thing that as a man you all must do is definitely get a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. And you definitely want to get in the Word, because God has set the plan out for y'all and what He has in store for y'all. But the only way that y'all are going to be able to make it to that next level in life is y'all are going to have to apply the principle that God has set before you. And that definitely includes getting a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and definitely staying in your Word and asking Him and praying for Him to lead you. It is a tough world out there for men. I get it. I understand. There's a lot that y'all carry on y'all shoulders, especially for those of you who have families. Y'all have to make sure that your families are taken care of while you're out there trying to make sure that you're taken care of. And so, yes, that can be a lot. But when you give it to God, it's going to make it so much easier. And with that being said, it's time for y'all to start working on some realistic goals, especially, like I said, there's some men out there at 20 or 25, they're already on their grind. They're already out there. They got the plan down. They're working towards that goal, and I know sometimes even though you can get stuck, you just can't give up. With the other ones who are kind of, lost or just can't seem to get it together right now, it's time for you to start setting some realistic goals. What does your life look like in the next year or two? Where do you want to be in life? What kind of education do you want to have? What kind of job do you want to have? Do you want a wife? Do you want to have children? And for those of you who already have children that, you kind of started early in life and you're like, oh, this is harder than I thought. It's okay. It's not too late. But you do have to jump in and get that jump start. Okay, so if some of you who are out there who already have children, you already know if you're out there working just a high school diploma job that it's tough. You are going to have to think about going ahead and maybe taking some type of trade like plumbing, electrician, maybe getting your CDL, something, because I'm just going to keep it real with you. You are not going to be able to support a family off a high school diploma education. You're just not. It's hard enough just trying to do that, just supporting yourself. So you're going to have to think about, I'm going to maybe have to take some night classes or, do something to better my situation. And I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, because it's not, but you can do it. But you're going to have to set those goals, and you're going to have to start knocking those goals down one at a time so you don't get overwhelmed about it. Because yes, in life, some people have made some choices that have kind of put them, in a harder situation than a person out there who's already working on their education and working towards that goal, and they don't have any children. Because once you bring children into this world, it's a whole different story. And men, whatever you do, y'all have got to get ready to turn in y'all's player cards. I'm sorry. Yes, if you're in high school or, you're doing that whole college thing and you're not in a serious relationship, yes, you got to test the waters. Yes, you got to find out what works for you. But if you are already, already bringing children into this world and you're already trying to play house, it's time to turn in that player's card. That's just what it is. You really need to be consulting God and asking God, like, lead me to that special woman that you have for me. Lead me to that God-fearing, hard-working, loving woman, that caring woman that I know will have my back. God, lead me to her. Because once you find her, you need to put a ring on it. You need to stick with her. You need to do everything you can to make it work, because it is already hard enough trying to find a good woman out here. If you find a good woman and then you still think you want to be playing with this player card and you lose that, you just lose everything because of the bad choices. It is time to take your rightful place in this world, and especially if you are already bringing children into this world. The children are the ones who have to suffer when we are making bad choices out here. When we're bringing kids over here and kids over there. And the one word that I hate to use, but I'm just going to have to say it, when you got about 5 baby mamas out there. It ain't nothing cool about that at all. And men, it is time that y'all stop that. It is time that y'all decide, Lord, I need to settle down. I need to settle down. And I'm not saying that you can redo the past, because you can't. If you already have some children out there, then you need to do the best thing that you can to step up to the plate, become a better man that God has for you, to make sure that you are able to take care of your kids. Because it is absolutely not fair to be bringing all these children into the world and then think it's the woman's responsibility to have all this put on her to raise those children. No, sir. If you help bring these kids into this world, then you need to be doing everything you can to support that child and be in that child's life. And a child needs more than you just, oh, well, I already got to pay child support, or I'll just go get them an outfit. No, sir. That child needs your time. That is the most important thing that you can give a child, is your time. And like I said, when we are out here making these bad choices, yes, it's going to make our life harder. But when you're bringing kids into this world, who do you think is going to really suffer? It always lands bad on the child. In 1 Timothy, God tells the men that there is nothing worse than when you do not provide for your own. You are worse than an infidel. And what that means is, if you are not out there and you still, I'm going to say about the age of 30, because I do realize this day and time, it's taking people to almost about 30 years old just to really get it together. I mean, especially for those who are, like I said, coming out of high school, trying to go to college, trying to, figure out what they want to do in life, where they want to go and get their career on the line. Well, if you're already bringing children into this world, sometimes you might not have that much time. But then there are some 30-year-olds who are still out there. They're sleeping on their mom and dad's couch, or their mom's couch, or their dad's couch. They want to be up all night playing videos, or just hooking up with the next woman that's going to take them in and support them. That is not the man that God intended for you to be. That is not how this works. How this works is, if you are blessed with your life, health, and strength, there is no reason for you to be 30 years old or older still sleeping on your mom's couch. It is time for you to set some things in order to get out the nest. It's time to get out the nest. Now, if there's a different situation, which I know everybody's situation is different, you might have sick parents that you might have to live with or be there. There is nothing wrong with that. But in order to be the man that God has set for you to be, you have got to start and put some things in order. And especially if you have children in this world, it's time for you to step up, be that man, and take care of your children. Now, there's also some people, a ton of people, men and women, all day they're looking at social media and Instagram, and, they see all this, everybody's living fly, and, oh, they're at this age and they already have this. Okay, please do not pay total attention to that. Because there is a lot of people on Facebook, social media, and Instagram who are just living a fake life. That's just what that is. Everything that you see on social media and Facebook is not real. There's people out there in tons and tons of debt because they want to portray that they have this life that they don't even have. And at the end of the day, there's also some people on Facebook and Instagram that do have a very good life. But in order for them to have that life, guess what? They have to put some work in. And it is nothing wrong with have a blessed, glamorous life. But I promise you, there's levels to living. There is a plan that God has set out. And in order for you to have that life, you're going to have to follow the principles. You're going to have to work for that life, or else you'll be doing what half of the rest of them are doing, just portraying to have that life. And it's nothing wrong if you get out there and work hard to have that life. If that's what you want, then go work for it. Set those goals and work towards that. So men, yes, it is time for y'all to take your rightful place back in this world. It is time to step up and be the man that God has intended for you to be. It is time for you to say, if I'm in that age where it's time for me to move out of mom and dad's house, it's time for me and to make sure I'm getting a good education that I'll be able to support myself and a family need be. It is time for me to say, okay, I'm going to go work this job if I'm not going to go to college, or learn a trade so I will be able to have a better income. Because as you can all see, things are getting harder out here. At the end of the day, men, you have to do what is good for you, what is right for you, and make sure whatever you're doing, it is legal and legit. Because so many times we make bad choices, bad decisions with the friends that we pick that we know God is telling us they're no good for you. You don't need that friend in your life. Pay attention when God is trying to reveal something to you. Because once you make that bad choice, it is hard to come out of that bad choice. My mom always told me, you make that bed hard, you're going to have to be the one lying in it. If you're making a bad choice and it's already hard out here, you are going to make those stripes on your back even harder. For instance, if you go and do something, commit a crime that you shouldn't be doing, then you already know you're going to have to go to jail, you're going to have to pay fines, and you're going to have to deal with the consequences of bad choices. Every choice has a consequence, whether good or bad. So men today, let's just, make a promise to ourselves that we're going to get out of here, and we're going to get out here and we are going to ask God to lead us. We're going to start setting some realistic goals, because at the end of the day, you also have to realize, and like I said, again, I'm just keeping it real. Everybody's not going to be a basketball player. Everybody's not going to be a football player. I hope you don't want to be a drug dealer. At the end of the day, start setting some realistic goals that is going to help you get to that next level in life. And yes, by all means, you can have a blessed, great life, but you have to go by the principle that God has set before you. So I'm going to end this video right here, men. I hope this helps somebody. And women too. Women, when God is showing you that the man he has for you, make sure, you don't, because if you take on a man that is making bad choices, it's just going to bring you down. And it is so many good men out here. So let's go, and men, step up and be the man that God has for you. Step up and take your rightful place in this world. Go out and be great, men.